Hello YouTube, this is K2FR here. So I've been on vacation, haven't really been doing much in the world of ham radio, but I got a request on my YouTube channel from K2FR asking about manual tuners. Well, it just so happens that when I got started, one of my uncles gave me a manual tuner for HF. And this particular model is the MFJ Deluxe Versa Tuner 2. Now, manual tuning is a whole lot more involved than getting an auto tuner and keying up. So I'm going to go into a little bit of detail on how to use a manual tuner. Now, this particular model, you've got your roller inductance, your transmitter, and your antenna button. Now, this is the antenna selector. There's a 30 watt, 300 watt, and I'll explain that. So here's how it works. You're going to want to read your manual, and if you didn't get one with the tuner, try and find one online because it has guidelines for certain frequencies on how to get close to where you need to be, and then you fine tune. So I'm going to be tuning for 20 meters, and I'm right now set on 14.265 even, and the manual says for 14 meters that we're going to be looking to have the transmitter set at 6.5, the antenna at 6.5, and the inductor at 116. So right now I've got the inductor set at 100 because I want to kind of go into how you can actually hear yourself getting closer. So let me turn up the volume on the radio, and there's some static. Now, the guideline in the manual says 116 inductor. So let's start rolling it up. Now you see as we get closer to that 116, the static gets louder. That's kind of what I'm getting at is the closer you are to a good match, the louder and more clear your signal is going to sound on the radio. So it's good to kind of listen by ear because it'll tell you a whole lot. Okay, so we're at 116 and we're at 6.5 on the transmitter and antenna. Now I have the radio set at just 10 watts and I've got the tuner set on the 30 watt button, and I'm going to switch to AM mode to get a solid carrier, and I'm actually going to turn the volume off on that, and I'm going to key up and see where our meter lies. Now you can see the crosshairs are over here, which is in a very high SWR. So what we want to do is first take your inductance roller and turn it so that this top line is as far down as possible. Now you're going to get to a point where it's going to come down and then it bounces back up. So you want to put it right into the dip, and there we go. So I'm at 117.5 or so. Now on the radio itself, let's see if this is going to zoom in a little bit. My SWR meter over here on the left, the bar went down from when it was way up. So you can see we're getting closer to where it's actually a decent match at this point. Alright, so back to the tuner. So now we're going to mess with the transmitter and antenna buttons. And what we want to aim to do is bring the left line up, and that's your forward power, and bring our reflected down to as close to 0 as possible. So we're going to key up, and you can see the crosshair is still over here, so it's still very high SWR. So first our transmitter, and again you're looking to drop the right one and bring the left one up. So we're going to kind of spin around and see what we can find. Alright, so then we got that dip again. Alright, and now onto the antenna. Okay, so we went from a 6-to-1 to a 2-to-1. So we're getting closer to that 1-to-1 match that we want to see. So let's try and get it a little bit closer now that we have the antenna and transmitter kind of toned in. So we're going to spin the inductor just a bit. You can see if you spin too far out, it's just going to pop right back up. So let's find that sweet spot and settle it. And again, I'm just kind of fiddling with all of the knobs here a little bit, trying to just tweak it just a little bit to get that line to settle down. There it is. Perfect. So now we have a perfect SWR match. You see our crosshairs way down. So what we can do now is let's turn the juice up on the radio to, I had it at 10, so let's put it up to full 100 now. And we're going to set the tuner to 300 watts so that the scale will move up. And now that we're going to go full power, we'll get a better shot on this and we can tune it even a little bit further. And there it is, a perfect match. Now, if we come over to the radio, we can now see the SWR meter on the left is almost non-existent. So that is a good match to transmit on. So now let's switch back to sideband. CQ 20 meters, CQ 20 meters, this is Kilowatt 2 Foxtrot Radio. Kilowatt 2 Foxtrot Radio, transmitting on 14265, looking to make a contact. Anyone out there listening? A Kilo station, come back a little bit, one more time. QSL, you're really not moving my my meter here, but I'm able to hear you. A little bit of distortion on the audio, but you're coming through pretty clear.
Roger. Please say your call sign for me. Your call sign, please.
This is Kilowatt 2 Foxtrot Radio, K2FR.
Roger. Kilowatt 2 Foxtrot Radio. This is Kilo India 4, Norway Sugar Papa. Name it Tom. Tango Oscar Mike in Arapahoe, North Carolina.
QSL Tom, thank you very much for the contact. I was just making a quick YouTube video on how to use a manual tuner, and I just got myself tuned into a perfect SWR match on my dipole, and I figured I'd give this a quick CQ, and luckily enough, you came back to the call.
Roger. I think this is Andrew in Poughkeepsie?
Yes, name here is Andrew, and I'm from in Poughkeepsie, New York. And if you ever get on the web, give a YouTube search for the call sign K2FR, and you'll come to all my ham radio movies.
Roger. Well, good luck with your new toys, and I'm going to jump out and happy hunting.
Thank you very much for the contact. Have a great afternoon. This is Kilowatt 2 Foxtrot Radio, and I'll be clear.
Happy, trees, and clear.
So there we have it. I was able to get a good tune, a good SWR, and make a contact all while doing it in one recorded shot, so no editing, which never happens. So anyway, I hope everyone's enjoying summer and staying cool, and again, if you have something in the ham radio world you'd like looked at, if I have it in my possession, I will be more than happy to make a video about it, try and explain it, and go from there. So this is K2FR, and I will be signed and clear.